Peace, it's David. I'm going to try to slide in a quick mobility workout with I because it's my turn to soothe her. So, first thing I'm going to do is get 10 counters. Use almonds today because they're small. I just get 10 of them on the napkin. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now my goal for the day is I'm going to try to accumulate a total of 10 minutes in this stretch right here, which is what's known as the couch stretch. So what I'm going to do is set a timer to repeat every 1 minute. I'm going to do 5 rounds each side. I'm going to basically use the counters. Every time a round's gone, I'm going to eat one because then I don't have to worry about counting. And I found a way to have a delicious snack while doing a workout. Now in this position, notice my foot is elevated. I want to keep my butt cheek tight, spine long, core engaged. Don't arch the back and lean forward. Keep the hips underneath the rib cage. We've got a little bit of classical music in the background because I had to soothe I. This is much easier when the baby's not screaming. And it's starting to wake up. Awesome, so the timer goes off. I'm going to switch sides and eat one. Always make sure you're in a comfortable position. Now what's nice about the way I've got this watch timer set is it goes 1 minute and then beeps and immediately starts the next minute. Now you could do this on the cell phone. You just hit the 1 minute timer and then hit restart every time it goes off. Or get an interval timing app on your phone which will help you do the same thing the watch does. Or a lot of watches have this feature. Butt tight. Hips underneath the ribcage, spine long. Feeling a good opening on the front of this thigh. Waking up. Now when you're doing this, you certainly don't need to do all 10 minutes together. You could do 1 minute here, 1 minute there. But you just accumulate a total of 10 minutes, which means 5 minutes each side of this position. You'll really feel a great opening in the front of your hip. So now is a great time to work on the hip mobility because soon she's going to be running and jumping and squatting and all those things. She has excellent hip mobility, so I've got to do some catching up. And switch. Always get in a good position and always breathe deep and relax through each and every stretch. Remember, we want to feel like the stretch is working, but if you have to make a face and survive through the stretch, it means you're going too far. You're not going to really find that full opening you should be getting out of it. A lot of these stretches and mobility exercises, the big factor is volume. And by volume, I mean the amount of time you're in the stretch. So if it's not relatively comfortable, you can't spend enough quality time to really make change in your body. And the goal is to make change happen. the counters are a great trick because it's just so much mental energy to try to keep count and every minute remember which side you're on. And if you're like me, your sleep has been greatly disrupted, you just don't have the time to sleep you'd like to, so some of your cognitive processes aren't working at like 100%. But those should get better with time, because I found ways to get more sleep, and you find ways to get more sleep. Now you'll notice I kind of switch her around from side to side. Now it doesn't really matter so much where I'm holding her. The big thing is that I can kind of keep her swaying a little bit so that she can be quiet and relaxed. It's nice to have a little bit of peaceful, quiet time. Now Ema can catch up on her sleep while we hang out. And this is a great stretch, especially for runners. People lift a lot of weights because this area here on the front tends to get tight if you're leaning over while you run, or if you're not hitting full kind of hip extension into your weightlifting moves. And by getting this range of motion back, you'll feel everything feels a lot better. Also, this particular stretch tends to help people who have back pains a lot. A lot of the back pain is sometimes caused by tight front muscles that attach to the back of your spine. So by getting here and taking time to really open them back up, you can sometimes get people a lot of relief on the SI joint problems or any type of sciatic problems or just generalized low back pain. Doing great, I'm almost done. Now you can either do this along with the video, and that's why I've got the timer going so you can see how long I'm doing it in real time with me, or at any point in time you can just take a break, stretch out your legs when you're walking around in the middle of night, trying to soothe your baby, you just want to open your hips for any reason. Well, you're being very well behaved, huh? Keep breathing deep. Keep making sure you feel the stretch. Butt stays squeezed the entire time. Rib cage stays down, opening through the front. One more round each side, huh? Good. Each and every round I go back to it, it gets a little bit easier. Now you could do this just 5 minutes straight one side and 5 minutes straight to the other side. But I find for a lot of people that gets to be a little bit too intense. Kind of getting to stand up and shift positions every minute, I find it's very, very reasonable and manageable for me. For a lot of people I work with, but you can go longer or shorter. Remember, we always want to work in the ability that you have. Last one. And with your transitions, always make sure you're using transitions that are comfortable for you. So I'm very comfortable with just standing up and placing my leg back. If you need to support yourself with one arm, that's fine. Always work where you're at and use the tools around you to get the best possible effect from your training. And as you progress and do this more often, you'll find that reaching back with a foot becomes easier and easier and easier. Almost there, right? Awesome. And that's a wrap. So turn off my watch so it doesn't keep beeping at us. I'll see you guys later. Peace.